And besides, ZESA is not the only producer of electricity. We also have independent power producers who are also part of the fabric of that power production sector. So don't get confused. It's not about ZESA. I believe we've got robust incentives already. One, we've got an economic tariff for a start of 16 cents per kilowatt hour. That's quite high. So one of the highest in the region. Then I think maybe only sessions ahead of us, but we're quite high. Number two, we have a government guarantee. We offer a government guarantee on the power purchase agreements, so that if ZTTDC or ZESA cannot pay an independent producer for supplying the power, the government through Treasury will step in and pay. So there's a government guarantee. And number three, we have a currency access agreement, which is issued by the central bank or not issued by the central bank, to make sure that the investor can access foreign currency, and they can also remit the dividends, interest payments on loans abroad. So those are the three pillars of our investment strategy, or rather our incentive strategy for that sector, IPPs. But also some IPPs have requested national project status. We have given so they can import equipment duty-free. There's a lot that we've provided in those IPPs. I mean, there are other constraints. To put up a solar farm, you need land. So sometimes land becomes an issue, especially if it's located away from where you can plug into the national grid easily. That can become a constraint. But I don't think the constraint has to do with what I've just talked about. It's other things.
Minister, you've made the Abuja declaration of congratulations, but I think in the past 2 years we've seen that the Ministry of Youth is not been spending that much of their budget. So to what extent are you going to stimulate them to spend so that it is what you desire is achieved?
Look, two things at play. One, we have seen the ODA flows to the health sector drop. Donors have said they'll stop funding certain programs. So far, we've lost about $200 million US for that sector. So clearly, that gap has been met by resources from Treasury. So we see that gap being funded through Treasury resources and causing the sector to draw more of their budget from government. But secondly, we've put in place a mechanism to monitor expenditure in the first place, what we call a budget implementation committee, which is co-chaired by the Deputy Minister of Finance, by Deputy, and then also the Deputy Minister for Health. So the two together drive the budget implementation process, supported by the permanent secretaries in the respective ministries. Matanga, in my case, and the Minister PEMSEC in Minister of Health. So those structures will assist in the budget implementation process going forward.